Now, it's one thing for guys, especially guys, to see your pictures on Instagram, maybe see your videos on Snapchat, and then see you in real life.
Right.
What's the reaction you get from guys or girls that you get in real life? Maybe they've seen you on TV on Wild 'N Out, seen your stuff on social media, but now they see you in real life. What do you get? What's the feedback?
Well, I have like 400 something thousand followers on Instagram, and I just recently started my YouTube, and surprisingly, I get a lot of people who recognize me from my YouTubes. They follow my vlogs, they love my family, they love watching my journey, so I get a lot of people like, oh my gosh, I love you, I love Baby Nova, I love your relationship, you just seem so down to earth, so that's the type of feedback I get from people when I meet them.
Do people think you look taller in person, shorter in person?
I've never even had somebody say either or.
Oh.
I think I just look average.
Thicker
tight.
in person, thinner in person?
I've gotten like, oh, you look smaller in person. But
Okay.
I think like with my YouTube videos, I started them when I was pregnant. And so I've gradually, of course, lost weight, So I think that since they started it on there, they're like, oh, you look smaller. Like, yeah, I was 9 months pregnant, so I guess I would be a little smaller.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What's your opinion of social media these days? What do you make of it?
I think social media is cool. I use it for what it's worth, I make money off of social media, so I like that aspect of it. I think it's a great way to keep people connected, but I also think it keeps people disconnected at the same token. So that's one thing I don't like about social media. You see a whole bunch of girls at dinner or a couple at dinner, and on social media it looks so fun, and then if you're watching them in real life, they're just sitting there on their phone scrolling like as if they're not all in front of each other. So that's one thing I dislike about social media. You're not able to just be in the moment a lot of times because you're so worried about capturing the moment.
Safe to say it's played a role in your success?
It has. It has.
In what ways?
As I said before, I do YouTube videos. So, capturing my journey is something that people like to watch. It's kind of like a mini TV series, They get to watch me going into labor, I'm about to do a video about my labor experience because so many girls have questions about, how was it? And, did you get epidural? And all these questions that people want to know. So I have an outlet to do that and to share my story with people, so.
Did you have a following on social media already, or was it when you joined the Wild 'N Out as a Wild 'N Out girl that you started seeing things spike up, or what?
Yeah, I had a following prior to being on Wild 'N Out, which is why I think that piqued the interest of Nick Cannon and his team, because they wanted to find girls who had, a large social media following. So, yeah, I had a following before.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to social media, what's your biggest pet peeve with it at this point? What bothers you the most about it, if anything?
I think the thing that bothers me the most with social media is just what I just said before. You just lose moments, and I'm a culprit of it too, so I can't say that I'm just like the holy grail, like, oh, I don't do it too. Sometimes when I'm just out with my family and I should be paying attention to what my daughter's doing, and I'm trying to pay attention to it through a lens, and I have it right here in person. So that's something I need to work on. I think that's something that everybody needs to work on, Kids sitting at home with their parents and they're just on their phones, and your parents trying to have an in-depth conversation with you and you're not engaging with them. Like, that's sad that I was just watching TV and it's like, you can put a lock now, on the Xfinity commercial, like lock down everybody's phones so that they have to be engaged during dinner time type of thing. Like, dang, is that how our society is? You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to put my phone down because I'm about to eat dinner with my family.
Well, usually when I ask people that question, they will say negative comments and hateful comments and that sort of thing. I'm kind of surprised that wasn't your answer.
Oh, no.
Maybe because you're a mom now.
I know, right? I think about my daughter, like, you put that fucking phone down. No, I mean, I get negative comments as well, but
how do you
not
deal
the
with
worst
them?
of it.
How do you deal with them?
I try to ignore them as much as possible. I'll block them. I'm also a culprit of responding to the negative comments.
Clapping back.
Yeah, sometimes I do, but then I have to check myself, WWBD. What would Beyonce do? So I have to remind myself, like, don't say anything. But It's hard sometimes when people say, if they say something negative that really affects you, but then you have to think about it. Am I replying more to people saying things negatively when there's a list full of people saying, I love you, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that, and then one person who says something negative, that's the person you reply to. So just have to check yourself. I have to check
Delete
myself.
comments, turn comments off.
I've never used the turn off comments feature. I have deleted comments and I've blocked people.
When it comes to blocking, what would get somebody blocked? Is it just the commenting, or is it something more than that?
Yeah, it could be saying something super negative. You can't say anything about my family. And people who do that stupid ass, like, DM me now for blah, 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 blah. Like, no, you're blocked. Go write that on somebody else's page.
Have you ever unblocked somebody and put them back in general population, or no? Once you're over there on the other side, you got to stay there, type of thing.
No, not really. Unless it's my girlfriend, because girls do stupid shit. Like, oh, here, block me real quick and see what you can see on my page. That type of thing. We don't block each other. Girls, y'all know y'all have done that.
What about death threats? Has it ever gotten that far where you've received a death threat through
No,
social media?
I've never received a death threat. Not yet. Hopefully
Not
never.
yet. Hopefully never.
Hopefully never.
What about stalkers? Has anybody ever crossed that imaginary boundary between online and real life?
I have never had somebody stalk me in real life, but I've had just people who just seem to keep coming up with new pages, and I just keep seeing them over and over and over and over again, and they're on all of my social sites, and it passes like the being a fan or a supporter to like, oh my gosh, like you just tweeted me 20 times, like go away, that type of thing. So
now you're almost at, or just at the 500,000 mark with just your Instagram alone. Is that surprising to you to have that amount of followers following you?
No, it's not surprising to me at all.
Not
I don't think I
surprising.
think about it like that though. I don't think about it at all. But I know, like, when I'm around my family, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you have so many views, or you have so many followers," and it's just like, I'm just so accustomed to it. I'm used to it, so I'm around people who have millions of followers. So to me, it's not really all that much, but it is a lot, But in my head, I'm like, damn, I need to be having millions,
Is it a sense of power to have that? I mean, 500,000 people following you.
I don't get a sense of power out of it. I just think it's dope that there's almost 500,000 people that interested in my life.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
Think about it. That's a lot.
I should have 500,000 damn comments, 500,000 damn likes on my shit, but I don't.
Or if you took $1 from everybody, you'd have $500,000.
Right. I tried that one time. I did. I tried that. I said, if I said, everybody give me $1 to my PayPal.
And how much did you get?
I think I got like $15. It was nothing. It was nothing. Y'all don't really fuck with me like that. Y'all.
Now,
but at least I got $15. That was gas money. So I
that's
appreciate
gas
you.
money. True,
Yeah.
half a tank. Now, okay, what about having that amount of followers just on Instagram? I notice women of that nature, of that popularity, can become a victim of profile disabling, can become a victim of profile hacking. Has that ever happened to you?
It hasn't happened to me yet, but I hope it doesn't happen to me. So, yeah, no, I haven't been hacked yet.
So
far,
so
so good.
Some women of your status also have a backup page. In the event they're disabled, in the event they're hacked.
Yeah.
Ever had a thought on that or no?
No, I don't have a backup page. If I get hacked and my page goes away, I'm either going to start over or I'm just not creating a page anymore. I don't have no backup page.
Now, I've seen some celebrities recently deactivate their social media profiles, reactivate. Some have terminated and been gone forever. I've seen Justin Bieber do it, Meek Mill. Latest was Kanye West. Has it ever gotten that bad for you where you almost terminated a social media platform or gotten close or done it?
No, I think with not my current boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, I think I had deactivated my Twitter because I was just going to be going off on rants if I had it up. But not because any outside influences. It was just, I was going through it. I didn't want people to see me writing depressing-ass tweets, So
I see.
just deactivate that, come back later when I get my mind right.
Are you on Snapchat?
I am on Snapchat.
Still active with Snapchat, or are you more of an Instagram stories type of person, which is something very
What
similar to what
is the
Snapchat?
difference? I feel like people just post their Snapchat straight to their Instagram stories.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, I don't really see too much of a difference there. I'm more of a Snapchat person. But I do use my Instagram stories just like if I post a new picture on Instagram and I want people to pay attention to my page, you know, it goes to the top. So, I mean, I'll post a snap pretty much on my Instagram story.
So you haven't left the Snapchat bandwagon yet?
No, I like Snapchat. They have better filters too.
So far.
So far.
Instagram has been trying to make some leaps and bounds.
Yeah, they are.
Not quite there yet, but they are perfecting what they got going on.
Yeah.
Now, our same screen name as your Instagram, or is it different?
Yeah, all my social media is Miss Jacky, MSJACKYOH.
You definitely don't have any stalkers, because somebody would have definitely snagged your screen name.
I know.
That happens a lot.
I believe you. Yeah. I try to snatch stuff. Like I don't really use Pinterest or Tumblr, but you best believe I have Miss Jacky O as Pinterest and Tumblr.
So you're the same on Twitter, Facebook,
Everything.
Instagram. Okay.
Everything. YouTube, yeah.
Same on it. Oh.
Yes, I started
You're
off with a
lucky.
different username, but I started my YouTube probably like 10 years ago. So it was some other shit, but they let me change it surprisingly. And I know they'd be like, you can never change your URL once you change it once, but they let me change it twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very lucky. Now, how often do you post on Snap?
I'm pretty much on Snapchat every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a daily poster.
Check your messages or no?
Sometimes I open them up. Sometimes I do. If I know I posted something funny or if I pose a question, I open them up. I reply back to people. You know, I'm not one of those bougie people. I always get people, oh my gosh, you really replied. Sorry, I touched the mic.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I actually really do reply to people. You know?
What about those Snapchat maps? Have you played with that yet, or?
No, I didn't even know there was a Snapchat map.
Oh,
Snapchat
wow.
map.
Yeah, you'll have to check that out. You can.
What is it?
You can like if you zoom out of your Snapchat or pinch it, some sort of thing. You can actually see where where other Snapchat users are, like your friends. You can actually see where they are. Yeah.
Oh, it's like friends that you've added and who added you.
Exactly.
Not just like random people.
No. But you can remain a ghost on there to keep people away from seeing.
I'm probably a ghost, hopefully.
Where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just curious if you've even played with it yet.
No, I haven't.
What about on Instagram? They have their most recent features, Instagram Live. Do you use that?
I seldom use Instagram Live, but I actually like watching other people's Instagram Lives. I'm one of those people who just be watching in the cut. I hate how it shows like Miss Jacky O just joined. Like, I didn't want everybody to know that shit.
You want to be a ghost on there too.
Right, I want to be a ghost on there too. But yeah, I don't too much use it. I use it sometimes. And the times I am using it, it's usually I'm trying to show something, so I'm not really replying to the people who are commenting. So I just, if I know I'm not going to sit there and reply, I probably won't be on Instagram Live.
Just curious, what's the most unique location you've Instagram Live from?
My toilet.
Really? Sitting on the throne.
Yeah. Yeah. Not showing my Amber Rose, though.
Now, okay. What Instagram's been doing with Instagram Live, which is similar to Periscope and Facebook Live, and they have Instagram Stories, which is similar to Snapchat. With all these social media platform changes, do you think Twitter can still survive?
Oh, yeah. I think Twitter will definitely survive. You got the president on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
He might be the only one keeping it alive.
Right, yeah. No, I think people will still use Twitter because it's not about pictures or videos or filters. It's just about your words, and that's what people focus on.
Are you still active on Twitter, or are you simultaneously just posting whatever you post on Instagram to your Twitter feed?
No, I'm active on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually took Twitter off of my phone because I was on Twitter too much. Not really posting stuff, but I like finding quotes and stuff like that. And Twitter has the best place for quotes, So I took it off my phone because I know how to discipline myself enough to just cut it. I got to get it off my phone because I can't discipline myself enough to not go on it. So I just have to delete it altogether.
Does Nova have her own social media profile yet or no?
I made her an Instagram, but I don't use it at all. My family just wanted me to make one for her, but it's pointless because I don't post pictures. So.
Have you seen DJ Khaled's son, Assad?
I have.
His profile.
So
He's
cute.
over 1 million.
Oh, he has. I didn't know he had a profile.
He's got a profile.
I believe it though.
He's over 1 million.
Oh, okay. I believe
He
it.
is popping on Instagram.
It's so cute. I was watching the BET Awards and he's just, I love my son. I just had a son. I'm like, oh, he's such a proud little daddy. It's so cute.
But for you, Nova's, that's not.
No, I would have probably had her on Instagram from jump, but my boyfriend didn't want her to have one. So.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
He says.
what about your parents? Are they on social media?
No, they're
Okay.
not. Yeah.
Parents aren't.
Yeah, so if I didn't post something on my Father's Day, of my father on Father's Day, he was never going to see it. I
see.
sent him some stuff.
I got you.
Yeah.